little doodle just to get warmed up. But I kind of have a theme for today's video, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. I hope you're doing really well today. It's quite a dreary, cold day here where I live. Lots of rain. Actually, it might be snow too, and rain. Here we go, something like this. So this person looks a little annoyed. This person looks like they're looking over here, annoyed at someone and something. Kind of reminds me of that annoyed pigeon that's looking at the crow. I don't know if you are familiar with that meme, but it's kind of a good one. We're going to just do a little shading over here. Just like this. Oh, you know what? I'm just curious how it'll look if we just shade the entire thing. Looks odd, but it's okay. That's just a warm-up, and then we're gonna move her aside. We'll start right here. I switched over to just a normal mechanical pencil, number 2, and let's see what we meet. Pencil's always interesting. It always reflects the light a little strangely, the graphite. But I do like drawing with pencil. Not so that I can erase, because I'm too lazy to erase, but just because I like the way it feels on the page and how the graphite looks when you're shading. There we go, something like this. We're just doing quick warm-ups right now. Nothing else, just quick warm-ups. There we go. Got something there. Big eyes, really big eyes. We'll do a little shading here. But with the mechanical pencil, you could even just lay it flat. And that's how you could do the shading. It's pretty good. Okay. How about we try and keep our warm-up right here in this area of the page. And maybe we'll get into like a figure now. So we'll just start with the head. Just doing a rough figure. Let's see, I'm kind of wanting an intimidating presence. So shoulders are up. You want to protect your neck. I think it's an evolutionary thing. You know, when you get ready to fight, you kind of bring your shoulders up. You want to protect your neck. You want to bring your arms up, ready to swing. So let's just do a rough little shape there. You probably can't see what I'm seeing right now, but I'm actually going to change that to like right there. Okay. Chest is here, arms are here. Well, these are the shoulders actually. Come down into the arm, and I'm adding too much detail. It's because these are supposed to be rough figure drawings, just rough figures. Maybe we can make it look like this person's approaching you. You know, taking a step towards you. So it looks like it's behind him. There you go, like this. There you go. You know, and then he's got this aura about him, very intimidating. You know, that's his chest here, abs here, waist here, down into the feet. This person's coming towards you. Maybe you made fun of his wife's bald head. So he's coming in for the slap. We'll do like an intimidating aura around him like this, you know, kind of like a JoJo thing, even though I'm not familiar with JoJo. I only watched the first season. There we go. There we go. Something like that. Some dude walking towards you. Quick little warm-up. My focus is misbehaving today. Okay, so let's see. I think for the video that I was thinking about is self-appreciation, something that many people might not feel. I just watched one of the most beautiful movies yesterday called The Bridges of Madison County, and I've never seen it before. It's directed by and stars Clint Eastwood, and beside him is Meryl Streep. Phenomenal actors. It's a touching love story. It's a little contrary. How would you even describe something as contrary? Maybe I don't know. There's some controversy going on in that movie because it does have to do with an affair, a love affair. But it has something to do with this woman. Her name is Francesca. She is an army wife. So, someone in the military was over in Italy and he met her. And she fell in love or, found security in him. Very good man. And he brought her back to Iowa. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try and get a depiction of her. I'll try and do her justice. She's in her mid-40s. So she's approaching midlife. And she left Italy because she married her soldier husband. And they came back to Iowa. And, it wasn't really what she dreamed of when she was leaving Italy. But, she, it's the 1960s. She kind of had to just keep it to herself. All the excitement she didn't feel. Just add a couple lines here. It doesn't have to be huge lines. There we go, something like that. That's not really her, but there you go. She looks a little tired. In the movie, she looks tired. She's a very good housewife. Again, 1960s. She loves her children. She loves her husband. But life's not very exciting for her. And that's not ever a good excuse to commit adultery or betray your partner or anything like that. But some sort of a weird trick of fate occurs where she comes across a stranger by chance. She doesn't go looking for anything. So her husband and her children go to the state fair over in Illinois. They live in Iowa. And she stays home. It's a 4-day trip for her family. So they'll be back a little later, in 4 days. And she's happy. She's looking forward to the alone time because, let's see, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. She's looking forward to the alone time because she hasn't been feeling appreciated by her family. Her kids don't tell her thank you for a delicious meal, not to mention her husband doesn't either, not out of malice, not out of trying to be mean to her. They just they don't think about it, and it was a different time. Not excusing it, but she starts to feel, like I said, underappreciated. So she's really looking forward to this break from her family. And that's a very human thing, I'd imagine. I don't have children of my own, but I certainly enjoy my alone time. Even though I'm surrounded by people I love very much, I certainly enjoy my alone time. And there's nothing wrong with embracing that. People are allowed to be okay in solitude. It's not. We don't want you to isolate from the world, but to take a day or 2, 3, 4, just to get back in the groove of things. There we go. We're just adding a little line, a couple lines here. She is 45. She's approaching midlife, so we'll just kind of give her like this look. Kind of an aging, but goodness, she was beautiful in the movie. She was played by Meryl Streep, and a phenomenal actress, gorgeous, just an unbelievable skill. There we go, something like that. So we've got our character here, Francesca. She's happy. She's doing the best she can. However, she's feeling underappreciated. And she's starting to come to terms that this is just her life now. It's just that's gonna be it. She's not complaining. She treats her husband well. She treats her kids well. She's not abusive. She doesn't yell. She cooks them nice meals. So she just wants a thank you and some alone time, and she doesn't get it. Okay, so her family goes on a trip. And let's go over here. Her family goes on a trip for 4 days. And so she's enjoying her alone time, and all of a sudden, a truck comes down her road. Okay, let's see if we can draw a truck. There we go. So this truck is just coming down the driveway here, her driveway. So she didn't even leave her house, and fate intervened. Yeah, there we go. Put a grill here. Maybe I'll put the tires here. There we go. And just a basic pickup truck coming down the road. Doesn't look too much like a pickup truck, but we're not going to beat ourselves up over that. There we go. Smoke's coming. Or not smoke, but it's dust from the dirt road behind him. Smoking. And he pulls up in her driveway. And Francesca's obviously curious because she's home alone and she doesn't want to be, attacked. But again, it's the 1960s and a small town in Iowa. She probably wasn't thinking that's what was going to happen. And so out walks this dashing man. Yes, dashing. Kind of rugged looking. It's Clint Eastwood, after all. He's got his furry eyebrows. Here we go. There we are, something like that. And I made him look kind of bored here, but he's not bored. And he's a little aged too, he's probably about 20 years older than Meryl Streep in this movie. Just took a sip of coffee. Yeah, but anyway, he's quite nice. He's got this great smile where it just makes him look so much younger as soon as he smiles. And I'm not doing him justice at all. I'm actually kind of making him look like a crackhead. Could you imagine if this face came up to your driveway? You'd call the sheriff. Imagine if this came. Hey, I'm lost. You mind if you come in the truck with me? Tell me where to go? Okay, so I did not do him justice at all. But oh man, he's got this hair and he looks good. And I'm trying to make him look like a certain way, but I need to stop doing that. I need to just... Anyway. So that's him. Yeah, he's got kind of some rough facial hair going on. He's a rough dude. He stops by Francesca's place, and she's curious about him. She doesn't know how to feel about him. She's being polite, obviously, she's nervous, a little shy, just more surprised than anything. He comes out of the trunk and says, "I'm lost. I'm supposed to be taking pictures of a bridge nearby." And she goes, "Oh, you must mean so-and-so bridge." And he said, "Yes, that's the one." And she tries to give him directions on where to go. She's saying, "You gotta go back out there. Gotta go back out there. Go left, right, left, and then you'll come across a fork in the road, and you're pretty much there." And he's kind of lost. He doesn't know what the markers are. The geographical markers. He doesn't know the area well. And she goes, "Well, I could just take you, or I could just write it down." And he says, "Well, I wouldn't want to take you away from something you're doing right now." He's very, very polite and thoughtful. I can't stop making him look creepy, but he's not creepy at all. He's actually very, very nice. He's a gentleman. Okay, so he's like, "Yes, I wouldn't mind if you followed along and came with me, and you could show me the way." And so the two of them unfold on this love affair and fall in love, and they only have 4 days to express their love for one another, and she's battling with her emotions on whether this is right, and he's making sure he doesn't want to pressure her. And yeah, you could a lazy reductionist could just say it was a housewife's fantasy of just being swooped away by some rugged man because she's got a boring life, and the excitement's gone, and she's just waiting for a little something to strike up the flame. And and at the end of the day, yes, it was cheating. She betrayed her husband. They never find out or anything, but still, that was still a betrayal of their vows and their love for one another. And she even says in the movie that he's a good man. He doesn't deserve to be in pain, and he's never harmed me or the kids or anything. He's just very clean and safe. And it's lazy to just say it's just a story of passion. But if we go back to the beginning, we can see that she does not feel appreciated at all. And I don't know if that was just the norms back then in the 1960s when you don't, I guess you don't show appreciation to your mom. I really don't know. I was probably a spoiled brat. I probably didn't thank my mom for every meal and took her for granted, and I just didn't. I'm sure we can all reflect back at how we treated our parents. It wasn't the best. We could have showed them a little more appreciation, I'm sure, at certain intervals, but it boils down to wanting to feel important to someone, that someone needs you. When you're sitting at the table and everyone is eating the food that you made, and no one is saying how delicious it is, and no one's telling you thank you, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you for sure. You start to wonder why you even do the things you do. You got the table here, and you got your family here eating, and you're just stuck here feeling really bad about yourself. showing you appreciation. You put all that hard work in. Maybe you went the extra mile at work, or maybe you cleaned up a little extra around the house, but your husband or your wife or your children don't notice. No one cares. You start to get into these moods where you're just like, I guess I'm just useless. If no one's thanking me, it means they go, all my efforts go unnoticed, and then you start feeling bad about yourself. And is that an excuse to commit a betrayal? No, it is not. But it's alluring. When you deprive someone of something, it simply makes them want to seek it out. Approval, acceptance, appreciation, desire. There are people, men especially in today's age, that have probably never gotten a compliment before and are just starving for some sort of affection. And you could compliment them nicely, just saying something nice at a store. Maybe you say, hey, thank you, or that's a nice hat, or that's a nice shirt, you look nice, or thank you, I like it when you come into the store, you're very polite. And it would light up someone's day. But because they're so deprived of this type of interaction, they might obsess over it. They seek it out because they don't receive it enough. So maybe that's when we'll have to go back a page. Hang on a second. That's when the real creeper comes out. Because he hasn't interacted with a human female ever. And I'm not excusing bad behavior from men. I definitely am not. I'm just trying to explain how it gets to that point for some cases. They misinterpret your kind gesture as flirtatious because they're unfamiliar with that type of interaction. They're so deprived of affection. And then that's when the creeper mode comes out. I followed you home. I saw where you lived. I saw you get in your car the other day, and that's extreme. That's extreme, and that's not okay behavior. No matter what, no matter how deprived of affection you are, you can't do that to somebody else. You can't make someone else feel uncomfortable for your personal gain and desire. That's not okay. So there's a limit. There's a level you can surpass, and that's not okay sometimes. So I just want to say that, like, if he would have maybe had more constant or more often being able to interact with another person in a nice way, he wouldn't react that way. He wouldn't go to one extreme, perhaps. And maybe that was a case of Francesca, where she was seeking it out, where she didn't feel appreciated at all, and her family wasn't helping her feel loved. So what does she do? The first sign of affection or love or interest, she jumps on it, and it actually turns into an absolutely beautiful love story. But you obviously, some people can't shake the betrayal aspect of it. They just want to reduce it down to just a carnal desire, but it's a lazy approach, if you ask me. So how do you learn to appreciate yourself so that you don't need to receive external appreciation to feel appreciated? And it's almost impossible for someone to put up with, I don't even know if this is a word, like misappreciation or disappreciation, when you go so long without it, it creates a wall. It creates a wall where you don't want to talk to people, you don't want to interact with people. You know, the pain, it's too much. It's way too much. You're not vulnerable. You don't want to reveal anything. You don't want to show any affection. You don't want to receive affection. You just want to go through life behind a wall and protect your feelings. And that's going to happen when you're not given the opportunity to express yourself emotionally on a regular basis. But that's not healthy either. So what do you do so that you can achieve appreciation within yourself? Well, I'm struggling with this too, because if I do something, I want recognition from somebody. I want someone to reaffirm that I've done well. You know, kind of like a treat, or kind of like a dog. That's kind of a lazy approach too, but kind of like that looks like a rabbit, but whatever. It's kind of like a dog that just kind of waits for some sort of treat from their master and saying, "Oh man, I did a good thing. When are you going to reward me with a head pat or a good job or something?" And that's not good, because that's gonna just again take away from self-appreciation, and that's what we're trying to achieve, right? So in the beginning, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be waiting for those words of appreciation from external sources. But if we are able, let's go to a new page. If we're able to truly believe in ourselves, you know, the appreciation comes from within. And, you know, I listen to people like Dr. Peterson, Alan Watts, Zizek, he's another philosopher type. There's I can't think of his name right now, but he's from India, I believe. He's always got this turban on, a great big white beard. Oh my gosh, his voice is just fantastic. He's got great messages. He says something along the lines of, humans want more, 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 more. Nothing is ever going to be good enough, okay? So if you receive appreciation, it's only a temporary fix. It's kind of like a drug. It's kind of like a drug where you, oh my, that felt really good. That gave me some dopamine. Maybe it gave me some oxytocin. I don't know. Like some chemicals are firing when someone gives you a compliment or shows you appreciation, and you might get addicted to it. You might start relying on it, and then what? And then you won't feel any sort of you won't feel any sense of accomplishment unless someone externally acknowledges your accomplishment. That's not always good, right? So I think it comes down to just, I can't reduce it to anything simple, because it's anything but that. But I think if we learn to just really breathe and just take a moment to just meditate a little and really put ourselves back into our body, instead of looking out, looking for approval out there, looking for his attention, looking for her attention, looking for mom's attention, dad's attention, or appreciation or approval. It's gonna just drain you of energy. But if you can find it within yourself and tell yourself, no one else is living this life. No one else. Everything you perceive, everything in reality, everything that you call reality, you experience your reality. No one is inside of your body. It's only you. So everyone else is absolutely almost meaningless. You gotta really think about that not in an unhealthy nihilistic sense, but in a sense where they don't exist without you. Because, I mean, just the advertisements, the commercials, I mean, who sees all that? You see that. You don't know if someone else sees that. You can't tell me what someone else sees. Advertisement, social media, these are things all aimed at you in your reality. You're viewing this in your way. And you have to really start showing yourself the respect that it deserves. And, we've already had a couple videos on this channel where we talk about self, just not waiting for people, or just not being so influenced by what other people think of you. And that's something I still struggle with today, where I just don't always have the best mentality, where I want to do better about it, but I just can't sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I need that external stimulus, but why? Why is that? They aren't living my life. They don't know what it's like to be me. So that when just pretend this person's meditating. There we go. Hands. We're just looking at those hands. There we go. So this person's meditating, and he's returning into himself, and that's where the true value is. And I can't get there yet. I haven't found it yet. It's so out of reach for me right now, but I'm taking steps towards it, and I'm getting better at it. I've noticed I've done a lot less people pleasing. If I truly don't want to do something, or I truly disagree with someone, I don't just stay silent. I don't just to make them happy. I don't go along with it to make someone else happy and, sacrifice my happiness or my well-being for someone else's sake. Or, it seems like such a waste of energy, if you ask me. I can't express it enough how little meaning it will hold to just constantly base your value on external sources. I do sometimes get stuck in a rut, though. Sometimes I get in a rut where I feel like I can't truly express myself, or I feel like I don't deserve to. And some people, might call that imposter syndrome, where you feel like you don't deserve good things, where you feel like, these are doodles, right? This isn't real art. I've never been to art school, and I've never had proper art training, and I don't know terminology. I don't have the correct tools, so maybe I'm not an artist. Maybe I should just give up on the channel. That's imposter syndrome, where you tell yourself all that silly stuff, where again, but according to who? Who is it that controls your decisions? It's you, your mood. Even you have so much more control of your mood than you think. So you have this relationship with yourself that you start forming, and it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think as you age, you really do, the fear you hold on to of external judgment does slowly start to dissipate. I always wondered how I became so shy and so introverted, for the most part, among most people, when my parents are extremely both outgoing and very social and able to talk to people very easily. I always wondered how I ended up being so shy, but I think with age, it really does help. you just start giving zero, you know, zero F's about what people think, and it's just so unimportant. There's people that you care about deeply and love, and their opinion of you will always be important, but it's not to the point where you base your worth on their opinion of you. Okay, that has to come from within. You have to learn to appreciate yourself, because you came into this world by yourself, and unfortunately you will be leaving this world by yourself. No one is there with you in your head when you're crossing over or going somewhere or to the other side or dying or whatever your beliefs are. You have to make that journey on your own, and then to imagine that you wasted all that energy in your living life wondering how much worth you held based on how others treated you. That is extremely, you're playing yourself. You're a fool. What a waste. What a waste. So it just, I had to pause the video for a second because my neighbors were talking outside, so I kind of lost my train of thought, unfortunately, but it was along the lines of just self-appreciation and stop basing your worth on what others perceive, and that's such an important thing to master, and I'm nowhere near it. I'm nowhere near it, but I can assure you, I have improved. I have certainly improved. I think I've always stressed how absolutely important honesty is on this channel. If not, I'm gonna do it now. Always tell the truth. Always, no matter what. No matter how painful it might be, no matter how awkward the conversation that ensues will be, it doesn't matter. Always tell the truth. Never lie, and especially never lie to yourself. It's just a bad foundation. When you learn to be true to yourself and embrace who you truly are, don't lie. Don't lie to anyone. Don't lie to yourself, especially. Who you truly are and what you're capable of and what you want to achieve and what inspires you and what your passions are and what your interests are and who you love and who you want to be with and who you want to show affection to and people that make you happy and people that show you appreciation, and these people, be honest with them. Tell them how they make you feel. Tell them that you love them very much and that they improve your life, and that it helps that they are in your life. Like again, we go back to the compliments thing. People that are starving for compliments or just affection. People that don't have any sort of affection at all in their life. That could be one of your friends. You just don't even know it. So when you say these nice things, it will help them. And always be honest with yourself. Don't say lies just to make someone feel better. They'll know. They really will know. It's way more genuine and means so much more to someone when you're being true and true to yourself and to them. It's so obvious. Never lie. Never ever lie if you can help it. No matter what, no matter how awkward it is. If you mess up, tell them right away. Admit right away. Say you're sorry right away. Always be true to yourself. You owe that to yourself, no one else. Okay, if you start lying a bunch and start building this foundation on lies, that's gonna do nothing but eat your soul away. It's gonna your humanity will just be gone. I don't even know who this is, but she's our appreciation lady, and she's gonna teach you how to appreciate yourself. So, thank you so much, appreciation lady. We appreciate you. I know you appreciate us, so there we go. Appreciation lady. So I guess I kind of went on a little rant. It started off with self-appreciation, but it ended up being about honesty and not caring about what other people think and really being true to yourself. You really owe it to yourself. No one else lives your reality. You are literally the only one in your reality. Everyone else is living in your reality. It's hard to wrap your head around, but like they don't exist if you don't exist, because you don't. The ghost in the machine, you're the one behind your eyes. The people that you see are created in your mind. You're not seeing those people from another pair of eyes. They're literally your eyes. Everything you see is your reality. So being so worried about what other people think of you is a waste of energy. And we'll just leave it there, because I could just keep going about self-appreciation, and being good to yourself and being honest. Okay, always be honest with yourself and other people. And if anything, if you take anything from this video, take that. Okay? So be honest. Never lie. Alright. Be honest. Never lie. The Doodler, 2022. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's a little on the long side, but I guess I had a lot to say, and I hope you got some enjoyment, found some relaxation with my soft speaking and the drawings, and I hope you're in a much better place now, mentally, able to relax, able to find appreciation within yourself. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight. You know, after you listen to this video, it's not like your life's gonna. It's not like a switch where it's like, oh, okay, all the crappy things are gonna disappear after you watch this video or you have this revelation. No, that's not how this works. You have to work at it every day. You have to really show that you're worth it, and you are. So really put in the work for yourself. You're very good. You really are very good, and you're living in the best time in human history. It's the present day human. Like, how freaking cool is it? Oh, see, I'm going into another tangent. Just thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate yourself. Talk kindly to yourself. Please talk kindly to yourself. I'm working on that too, but please talk kindly to yourself. And I'll catch you in the next video.